Good evening. I am in my downstairs bathroom and I am trying to, because I don't know, my makeup is really old. It's really, really old right now. And I don't even have the wings on my eyeliner anymore. So, good evening, y'all. Happy Sunday. I got 2 thumbs up already. Let's put some more on there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's no. No, it's no. What does that mean? No, it's no. All right, guys. So let's talk. Let's talk about your ex. Let's talk about the importance of binding and hexing your ex. Okay. Your ex can end up being a problem in your life. Your ex can end up being a problem. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I don't know. I was asking, what do you mean by no? No, it's no. Your ex is a problem, guys. Your ex is a problem. The reason why your ex is a problem is probably because your ex didn't want to be an ex, but they had to be an ex because they acted a damn fool. So if your ex acts a fool, it's important. Now for me, when I broke up with my ex, with this one ex of mine about 16 years ago, I was not practicing in the craft. I wish that I were. My life would have been so different. The kids' life would have been so different. Oh, you were saying, I already know what you're going to say. Oh, okay. Well, I guess. Anyway, listen. Most people don't play fairly. For some reason, when a person is being dumped, when they are being told that they are not or no longer wanted, more than likely that person is going to act a fool. More than likely that person. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It can be years and years and years later. I know that for me, my ex is a big liar. It's both sides to a story. No. Hey, chill out, Vic509. Chill out, okay? I see your Hennessy bottle there. What happens if we break up because we grew apart? I mean, if that person is okay with it, if both parties are okay with it, but I'm talking about specifically if your ex stalks you and harasses you for years and does everything in their power to make you miserable. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody, and then this person also attacks the children. This person has no respect for you as a parent. This person totally takes for granted being a parent. Yeah, I'm not talking about people that just, if you have just a normal breakup, then no, you don't necessarily have to hex that person. I am talking about, now, I will tell you that there are some people that have amicable breakups and cordial breakups and they have kids together, but then he meets a demonic woman that all of a sudden decides that she wants your kids. I've actually spoken to many women that has happened to. So they'll break up with the guy, everything will be fine, but then all of a sudden, for some reason, somebody either in the family wants your kids, or either his new girlfriend, his new wife wants to get her hands on your kids. In particular, you know, if there is some kind of grudge, or if she feels some type of way about the fact that he has kids, because she may just, so I've actually spoken to women that has happened to. So be on the lookout for that. Be careful with that. But I think that when you break up with somebody, you should bind them. You should bind them from harming you, is what I think. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter how cordial things were. I think that if you break up with somebody, you should bind them. You should bury the relationship, bury the hatchet, and let it go. I don't believe in letting people just Now, guys, I'm not talking about just some random ass person that you met online. I am talking about somebody that you got kids with, somebody that you done live with. But the hell, these days, people online is doing too much, so I guess. But if I ain't met up with you and I ain't gave you none of this good, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not holding you up to nothing. And I'm not going to spend time hexing and cursing you and all of that stuff if me and you ain't never done nothing. You know, I'm talking about people that you've had actual relationships with. Hex these people if you have to. But I think that the reason why you want to hex them is because they are trying to hex you. Now, I broke up with a drug addict years ago, and this dude, for some reason, wants to go around and say things about me. I don't know why our ex-boyfriends lie on us. So essentially, you're not hexing them, you're giving them back karma. So it's the same thing. Giving somebody back karma is hexing them. It's not always bad. You have to understand that people owe you respect. People owe you respect. I have seen women with ex-boyfriends and men in their life that have made it hard for them to survive. I told you guys that my ex called my job and told my boss and everybody in the office that he was going to kill everybody. I lost a promotion. I was slated to be promoted within that company. The company, not only that, it was amazing. The company had properties all over the United States. You know, when you work for these property management companies, especially the big top-notch ones, they have properties all over the United States. And so you can pretty much travel with these companies or pick out, like if the company has like an opening within the company, you can relocate. So this was something that, you know, like literally it was. And I don't know if it was him, and sometimes I found out later on that it was also family that was involved with it also. So it wasn't just him, but it was like he did everything in his power to ruin things for me. And so this is why I'm telling you guys, look, I've had to deal with years and years of struggle, and I've always said that man owes me millions, but that money will come back to me. The money that I have lost from his BS, and being that I've got babies, when you got babies and stuff, you know, you have to consider that when a woman has babies like that makes things a lot more difficult for her. And, you know, when I was at a pivotal point in my career to where I got my real estate license, then I had to deal with a baby that was ran down in a car. So this man did everything in his power to hold me back in life. And it was obvious and blatant. Nobody's saying that, you know, because people be like, well, why are you blaming this person and that person? But if you're in your 20s and you're young like that, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to ever give up hope. You just want to be strong. That's why I am here to minister women and men, but women mainly, because I know what you're going through. I know what you're going through when you got some crazy ass deranged man that wants to hold you back in life. Okay? That wants to see you struggle, that wants to see, you know, just wants to shit on everything that you do. I've been there, done that. I've seen men. I have literally, and he'll never convince me that there's ever, look, there's the only love that is between us are the 2 children that are walking around. Otherwise, there's no other, there's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing. There will never be any respect. We'll never be cordial with each other. It'll never happen. Okay? And he knows that by now. So now at this point, the only thing that we can all do is make up for lost time. And like literally, I lost a lot dealing with this abusive, crazy, vindictive, non-progressive man. And it's constantly something. It's constant. It is. He's constantly doing something and doesn't want to take responsibility for it. He doesn't want to take responsibility for anything. So you have to throw the responsibility on their lap, which is literally a hex. Emotional. Baby girl. Get out of my chat. Look. Yeah, I'll put you in timeout, hun. Baby girl, I don't feel comfortable with you coming here calling me that. It's almost like a hex is literally like throwing a bag of burning shit on their front porch is what you have to do. Period. Especially if they deserve it. Now, if this person goes on with their life, they don't say nothing to you, they're not calling your job, they're not harassing you, they're not stalking you, then of course you don't have to do anything to them, because there's many people that do that. There's many people that move on from relationships. They don't say nothing. Okay, they don't. There's some people that it wouldn't skip a beat. They shit just keeps flowing. That's just like with me. I flow. Okay, I flow. But if it's a man that won't let the shit go, you have to bind him and then also hex him. You know, and it's very important. And I think that you should see, my auntie would have said to me years ago, nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud early, so that way you're not dealing with this for years and years. So I wish that I would have known this years ago. Things would have been so much different. Things would have been so much different in my life had I known this years ago. But they don't. But see, men, they don't want you to know your own power. And I've been doing a lot of research today on folklore and a lot of different things, and I stumbled upon Joan of Arc. And Joan of Arc was burned alive because she was a heretic. And I love the word heretic, because a heretic is somebody that does not conform to dogmatic religious and spiritual beliefs. So she was burned alive. And you know what? I came across her information, so I may do a show about this, because I'm very, very interested in women that have been literally slaughtered by men who are retarded. You know, a lot of men are dumb. They're dumb. I was just talking to somebody about this today. A lot of men are spiritually dumb. They're spiritually dumbed down, period. They don't know their own power. And the ones that do know their own power, what do? They use it against a woman. Well, if you continue to do that, you still don't know your own power. Because if you're consistently using and exerting your power over on the woman, and the woman ain't even doing nothing to you, literally, I just wanted to raise my kids. I want this man to leave me alone so that I could raise the kids that he refused to take care of. That's all I wanted to do. And he was just constantly harassing me, just constantly trying to make things harder on me. Now, other men, if you're a man and you condone that, then I wouldn't consider you to be a man. But I was actually researching left-handed people is what I was doing. And Joan of Arc first of all, only 10% of the population are left-handed. Everybody else is either right-handed, or there's people that are ambidextrous, or whatever they call it. And I don't know if that's even rare, but I know that being left-handed is rare. And because I'm a lefty, I was doing research on left-handed people. And left-handed people, there's a lot of benefits to being left-handed. First of all, some of the most amazing people were left-handed. People that made like history. Okay, and I'm going to come and talk to you guys about this, because I love talking about stuff like this. Also, left-handed people, they recover quicker from strokes, is what I heard, is what I read. That for some reason, it's something about the fact that we use the left side of our body or something, the brain chemistry. There's all sorts of perks to being a lefty. It used to be considered evil if you wrote with your left hand, and that was because most people are right-handed. So that's how I stumbled upon the Joan of Arc information. And I'm just here to tell you, first of all, if you're a woman and you are doing another woman wrong, and you are violating another woman's womb or her children, or you are doing her wrong, the great mother will punish you. Okay, look, this world belongs to Mother Earth and her children. Period. And you can't come to this earth and you really honestly can't compete with the mother. You can't do it. If you are doing that, especially if you're supposed to be a womb man, a woman, you're supposed to be a woman, and you're doing other women wrong when it comes to their offspring, and you know, you're wondering why. So that's an automatic hex. If you are a woman that is trying to come after another woman's children, that's an automatic hex on your life. You already doing wrong. Now, if that woman or that mother is abusive to her kids or has some kind of, you know, evil plan for her kids, then, you know, you may be doing right. But if it's a good mother and you're a woman and you're doing that woman wrong, then you'll get all the horrible bad karma in the world. Same goes for men. Men need to realize what their damn place is. You as a man, you came from a woman. You can never ever degrade, downgrade, trot on, step on, or do the woman wrong without repaying it handsomely. You owe that woman, and you also owe the universe a lot as a man if you are doing that. Okay, and spirits, you know, spirits really did. When I first got into witchcraft, I think my children were 4, 5, and 6 when I first got into witchcraft years ago. And when you get into witchcraft, there are a lot of people that are going to get angry because they don't want you to use your own power, because they know that the more and more you learn and the stronger that you get in witchcraft, that you're going to use that power against them. Okay, and it's even harsher, it's even harder on them when you've got 3 witches. Okay, when you've got at least 3 witches. So if you are a woman with at least 2 daughters, and see, another witch can't use, if another witch tries to use your womb energy against you, she's going to age quickly. She's going to get sick quickly. You understand me? This is automatically by law. This is what Spirit is telling me. If another woman tries to use your feminine divine womb energy against you, she is going to have a lot of problems. Her blood pressure going to be up. First of all, she's guilty. She's guilty of treason. Okay? As a woman, you don't betray other women. You don't do that. You don't do that. Okay? Women that are very treacherous, they are usually very, very unblessed. Women that are wonderful and beautiful, and they don't do women like that. They do right by other women, because that's just the reality of it. Okay? You're betraying the womb. If a woman has at least 2 children, especially 2 daughters, that's very, very powerful. That's a very, and so you guys will wonder, well, why is this, you know, why are they trying to do this to her, and why would they want to? Because a woman, you're already a woman. That's 1 witch, and then for you to have 2 witches, that makes you very powerful automatically. So then what you have is people, they'll automatically try to turn your children away from witchcraft. They'll try to, you know, confuse their brain. But guess what? Those children are going to learn and come into their power, because as a working active practitioner, I will always practice witchcraft. I will never stop practicing witchcraft. I will always maintain an altar. I will always do new moon, full moon rituals. I will always do readings for people. This is something that I'm going to do to the day that I die. And I wish that I would have started on it years ago. You see what I'm saying? They know that eventually those children, because as a witch, and I feel that I am a natural born witch. Okay. First of all, one of the reasons how you can tell, and I need to do a video on this, and I'll do this separate. There's several signs pointing to this, especially if you're the scapegoat, if you are either the golden child or the black sheep of your family. This is where you're probably a witch. Okay. Period, point blank. No getting around it. When you give birth to little children, those children are little witches. Okay, they have the same power that you were born with. No other woman can use that power against you. If she does that, first of all, there's a mess that's gonna brew inside of you. And remember I told you guys don't do stuff like that because crows will grow in your stomach. Remember I told y'all that? I said don't do stuff like that because crows will grow in your damn stomach. That is a mess brewing. If you are a woman and you are trying to use another woman's power that was literally, if you a woman and you grew a baby in your womb and you suffered the pain from that childbirth and you suffered, not necessarily suffered, but you grew that baby in your womb. You bear the stretch marks from that birth, and then another woman thinks that she can come in and use your womanly power against you. That is a mess brewing underneath the surface, and when it pops out, you'll lose every time. The great divine mother will never have that, especially when you sit up there lying, you have no rights to do that. If I had a child that came to me, and children are often very rebellious, they can be rebellious. All children can be rebellious. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. You don't interfere between a relationship between a mother and daughter like that. You don't step in and say, oh, well, I'm going to do this or create that or do this. You don't do that. Especially when you know that kid is just being rebellious, especially. And see, this is when bad things start to happen. This is when things go out of control in your life. You never, ever, ever interfere with the mother, ever. Who do you think you are? So we have a lot of men out there that think that they have the right to do that. This is where you're going to have nothing but consistent problems, health problems. If that's an automatic hex on your life. Automatic. I would never, ever, ever steal or try to steal the power from another woman. It's just not going to happen. You'll have a lot of bad luck. So anyway, your ex, bind his ass is what you need to do. If you guys want to know about bindings, I don't have that on the website because I don't want people to just be able to go and purchase that, because honestly, there's other stuff that you may need during the course of that, because when I'm doing the binding, I might do a 7-day black candle with it. I always use poppets for my bindings, okay? There's a specific way you have to do it. There's specific visualization that you have to do. I have to either have a picture of your ex. Your ex, do y'all know how many men go to female practitioners to do work on you? Do you guys know how popular it is? But it's not talked about. Y'all don't even realize how often men are using. Do you guys know that men use witchcraft against women all the time, while at the same time telling us that we're evil for using it? Did y'all know that? Did y'all hey, where y'all at in the chat? Where y'all at in the chat? Liz says, yes, my Virgo ex hexed me big time and he's still coming for me. Wow. And what's wrong with him just going on with his life? Liz Selkridge, what's wrong with him just going on with his life? See how ridiculous that is? And a lot of them are very covert. They're not going to tell you that they're sitting back doing these things to you. I'll tell you to your face that I'm doing work on you, though. And a lot of people will say, well, if you tell them that you're doing work on them, it ain't gonna work. Yeah, do it still work. I'll tell you to your face I'm doing work on you. Okay, now, but guys, when you come to me to get work done, you don't want to go and tell the person. Don't do that. Okay, for me, I can do that to my enemies because that's just the way that it is. Okay, when I bind your enemy, which your enemy could be anybody. Literally, let's not be stupid. Your enemy could be your grandmother. Your enemy could be your mother. Your enemy could be your father. Your enemy could be your brother. It's especially your brother and sister. Unfortunately, siblings have rivalries between them. And everybody's brother and sister ain't right. I mean, if you come from a family that's just all loving and everything is all good, then congratulations to you. But there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that demonic entities and the devil has torn their family apart. And I always say that you're not necessarily binding the person, you're actually sometimes binding a demonic spirit. Okay, so a lot of us, literally, we are doing work on our family members, and we're actually helping them at the same time. Sometimes we're actually helping them sometimes, because you're not necessarily dealing with the person. Sometimes you're dealing with a demon, especially if it's something really, really bad that they're doing. However, I think that some of these men are demons within themselves. Like I just, for me, some of the things that they do, for you to purposely try to destroy income for your children, you're demonic. You're demonic. You need to be quarantined. And I do put my enemies in quarantine. That's why a lot of people use the freezer spells. You know what, guys? I like the freezer spells, but then again, I don't like them. So a lot of people will just put their enemies in the freezer. I personally don't want my enemy to be that goddamn close to the food that I eat. That's my opinion on it, okay, when it comes to that. So I've done freezer spells before, but I feel much better about putting them on quarantine, which would be to put them in a glass mason jar, or one of those jars that lock, the lid locks on it. Okay, an airtight lid. My ex put a love spell on me. It backfired though. I'm a dark shaman. He was abusive. He had to go. Oh, hey Ebony, how are you? I ain't seen you on Facebook in a while because they keep flagging my old Facebook and I can't do posts. So go and add me on my new Facebook, Ebony. Go add me on my new one. Why would you get to tell people you're binding them, but we can't? Well, I'm saying that if I'm doing work for you, don't. No, you can tell them that they're binded. You can absolutely tell them, Ingrid, but don't tell people that you're working with me is what I meant. I'm sorry that you took it that way. Don't tell people that you're getting work done on them through me. Okay, I would really appreciate the anonymity in that. I don't want your enemies to know for sure that you're working with me. Even though, guys, we're dealing with spirituality and spirits. If there's no doubt in my mind that when you guys come to me to get this kind of work done, that eventually whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're going to pick up on me and they're going to pick up on my power. I personally don't feel like any of these witches can do shit to hurt me, but that's just because I'm crazy. I have a lot of that's just because I'm like my mind is like way out there. So that's why I feel that way. And so yeah, and then also a lot of it can be suggestion, but that's the reason why. But you can absolutely tell them. Oh, okay, you say you're just asking, you do your own work. That's cool. You can absolutely tell your enemy like you're binded. You're binded from doing any harm to me, and it doesn't matter what they do, because I do some really powerful bindings. I think that especially if you put them in an airtight lid. Yeah, I don't feel that anybody can do any harm to me. If you feel that somebody can do harm to you, then they'll be able to. Now, things like, this is how they get you. They get you through your kids. Okay, this is how they can get you sometimes. They can get you through the kids. So that's the whole point of doing the bindings. I feel like the bindings are very, very important for you to do those because it prevents them from harming you. I do. I believe that there are some people, they can do a certain amount of harm. They can do like a soft kill on you for years. For years, they can do a soft kill. There's a lot of your enemies there. They don't want to kill you all at once. They just want to harness energy from you. They want to use you. Whatever reason. So sometimes just killing you, or, they like to slowly suck you dry, because there's a lot of vampiric people out there. So it's different types of enemies that you may have, but yeah, that's cool. So I think binding and hexing your ex, all of your exes, like for me, not necessarily hexing all of them, but if you notice for some reason they're all up to no good, even people that you ain't really had no relationship with, it's like, wait a minute, nothing happened between us, and you mean to tell me that I gotta deal with you? Like, fuck, I'm already dealing with my ex that I got kids with. I'm already dealing with my ex-husband. I gotta deal with your shit? Be careful wishing death. It can backfire. I had to block you, Ingrid. You know why I had to block you? Because I know you're trolling me and your energy is all fucked up. Listen, hon. Okay, wishing death on people, yeah, that could possibly backfire on you. But do you know that if there's people out there that are trying to kill you, your enemies are wishing death on you already? So I know why you said that, hon. And if your enemy deserves to be for you to wish death on them, then so be it. Okay? Especially when people are messing with your family and your children. Okay? It's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. I'm sorry. Messing with somebody's child is equivalent to messing with their heart chakra. Okay? It is. So a lot of your enemies do deserve to die because of the things that they're doing. I know that my enemies, a couple of my enemies deserve death. So, hey, honey, this is a spiritual war. We not playing fucking checkers over here. Okay, I'm not worried about if I wish death on you, that means that you must have done something. So not all the time. I am a womb woman. I am a creationist. I create life and I can take life. So if you have done something horrible enough to me, and if you are trying to kill me, if I feel that you are trying to kill me, I got every right to wish death on you. Okay, and I'm not worried about it backfiring either. Trust me. So, yeah. I think that binding your enemy, however, is much more of a safer way of doing it. But to be honest with you, all of that negative energy that your enemy is sending you is going to go back to them and kill them anyway. I have had enough negative energy to last me several fucking lifetimes sent over to me in less than a fucking year. So, guys, I don't even want to hear it. If you are doing something to somebody and you have pissed somebody off so bad that they are wishing death on you, then maybe you deserve death. Then maybe you deserve death. Why would you sit up here and think that you got the right to piss somebody off to that point? Huh? Why do you think you have the right to piss somebody off to that point where they are wishing death on you? Then you deserve it. Then you deserve it. Leave people the hell alone then. So, no. And I know a lot of dark practitioners, honey. See, let me tell you something. I know a lot of dark practitioners that wish death on people every fucking day. And that shit ain't backfired on them. And it ain't fucking with them at all. And the reason why is because those people fucking deserve it. If you fucking deserve it to the point where you are harassing somebody and somebody threatens to kill you, like some people are so fucking stupid that they literally are trespassing on your fucking house. Literally, your enemies are coming through your windows. You know, I got all my windows salted, but literally your enemies are coming through your windows. Okay, let's say that this person came up to you in your house. It's no different when you're in a spiritual war. It's no different if that person ran up in your house. What are you going to do if they're your enemy? Are you going to invite them in and say, hey, let's have tea? It may be some goddamn poison in that tea. But if you come up in my house, and that's why they got laws, stand your ground laws. You come up in my house threatening me, I got the right to defend my damn self. So it's no different when you're in the spirit realm, honey. Okay? Hello? Shout out to all of my peeps, though, guys. I got somebody, like, I don't even know what to do with somebody's going to send me a cow skull. I'm not going to say who it is, but somebody's sending me a cow skull. I can't wait till I get it. I got to look up what that is and what I can do with it. But they were like, would you like a cow skull? I'm like, hell yeah, send that shit to me. So I can't wait to get that, guys, because I know that I'm going to be able to use it during my rituals and shits. You know, I'm sorry, whenever you get through And whoever this person is, you got to learn some goddamn respect. Period. I don't care what Christianity and your father taught you. You need to learn some goddamn fucking respect. If you're not going to show no respect for the goddess, then you going to get death wished on you. I mean, literally. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of y'all working with these deities, your deity is teaching you shit. Your deity is allowing your enemy to wish death on you. That's the one thing that you got to understand. So like if I went out there and I did some stupid ass shit against somebody and their children, that's the main thing, or their livelihood, what do you think is going to happen to me? My deities are going to let me have it. They're going to teach me a lesson. I work with Lord Ganesha and Lakshmi and a couple of others, and they're going to teach me a lesson. So quit running around here acting like a baby. Put your big girl panties on. Accept responsibility for your own energy. If you are sending so much negative energy out there that somebody threatens to kill your ass, then obviously you might deserve to die. Real talk. Especially when you stalking and harassing somebody that ain't thinking about your ass. Real talk. So that would include your ex. Your ex may very well be stalking and harassing you and you don't even freaking know it. These people can work very covertly, bind and hex his ass and get rid of him or her. Could be a male or a female. Hell yeah, I judge righteously. Okay, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's just the gist of it. If you guys need readings, you know where I'm at. I think I still have a couple of openings for tomorrow, because like I said, I'm going to be open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I'll be closed on Thursday for the holidays. So happy holidays to you guys. If you're in here, let me just tell you something. If you are a person that knows me either personally or from YouTube, and you're in here talking shit to me right now, your life must suck, and I know that you're not happy. Okay, so you're obviously not happy. And a lot of times your exes are obviously not happy, and that's fine. They don't deserve to be. If you are not happy right now around this time of the year and you're not ordering Christmas trees and Christmas decor for your house like everybody else that has been good. See, the reason why I was able to, because I ordered our Christmas tree today, guys. The reason why I was able to do that is because I've been good this year. Okay, I've been so good this year. I've been on my P's and Q's. I've done everything that I was supposed to do. I've given charity. I've done everything that my spirits have wanted me to do. If you are in a situation where you're mad and grumpy right now, you wasn't doing right and you gotta suffer. Period. So don't get mad at me coming in my chat room getting angry at me because you're having a bad luck today or a bad time and you're angry and upset. Okay, you should have did right by people. You should have did right by your family members. You shouldn't have been trespassing on women and men. Maybe if you'd have did your life right, you wouldn't be upset, would you? No, you wouldn't. Maybe if you wasn't sitting up there bearing false witness, lying on people and trying to tear down people's life, trying to tear down people spiritually, perhaps somebody wouldn't wish death on you, because death is already around you when you're doing things like that. Okay, literally when you're enemies, when you attack somebody and they wish death on me, especially me, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry you're miserable. May you be put out of your misery soon. Because to me, it's some people that are acting like fucking wild dogs, wild, mangy, disease, rabies infested dogs. Stop behaving that way then. Fix yourself. Quit making excuses and people will not wish bad on you. Okay? Typically, witches, a real witch is not going to come after you unless you deserve it. Most real witches know the rules of this universe and of this planet. Okay? Unless they just crazy and out of their mind. Most of us know that. So if you are a person that has been attacking an innocent party and you're getting that karma right now, then that's your problem. You shouldn't have been doing it. You shouldn't have been attacking people. And it sucks because you've been doing it to people all year long And now the truth is being found out about you. Now you're getting your karma. Why is it that people start to flip out around this time of the year? Because they can't be happy. This is a time of the year where you are reaping what you sow, is what the problem is. And this is why a lot of people get very, very sad, depressed, and angry around this time of the year, because you wasn't living right and you still not living right. So that's why we have New Year's resolutions coming up. Maybe you should make it a part of your New Year's resolution to stop harassing and stalking and trying to trespass on others. Stop being treacherous. Stop being a treacherous female, and your womb will be blessed. Your life will be blessed. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and say, oh, you're doing wonderful and beautiful. No, you're not. You're fucking up. And you don't, and you know what? Some people don't have the authority to say that, but I do. I do have the authority to say that to you. And I will bind you. And not only that, some of you people, your powers, whatever powers that you picked up or whatever you were born with, have been binded. And that's just the way that it is. You can't use your powers anymore, especially if you have used whatever spiritual gifts that you have for evil. You notice how you've been binded. You can't use those gifts anymore. And that's what you deserve. You need to get down on your hands and knees and repent, and maybe God will give you back those gifts if you stop using them for evil and stop using them against people that don't deserve it. Okay? So anyway, y'all, I gotta go. The link to the website is below if you guys want to contact me before Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I'm gonna be I think Thanksgiving is Thursday, and then I'll be back to work on Friday, and then Saturday, and then I'll be back to my regular schedule. So normally I'm off on Sunday and Monday, but I've stayed open for today and tomorrow for the holiday coming up. All right. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. If you guys have any questions about spell work, if you guys have questions about anything that I've talked about tonight, you know where you can reach me. All right. Namaste.